Hello friends, welcome you all. I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to learn simple equation. Simple equation. So before going to learn simple equation, I would like to discuss what we are going to learn today. In the first part, we are going to discuss about what you had learned in class 6. Class 6. Then in the second part, we will discuss some concept of simple equation. And in the third part, we will discuss about the examples. And finally, we will solve exercise 4.1. So, without getting delay, let's begin. In the class 6, you are quite aware of some terms. Like the first term was constant. Constant. So, from the name itself, you can see what do you mean by constant. Okay, you can understand. So, constant means whose value does not changes. Okay. For example, 0. Can you say 0 is equal to 4 or 0 is equal to 6? Can you say? You can't say. This is wrong. Okay, because 0 is always equal to 0 or 4 is always equal to 4. So 4. So 4 cannot be equal to 5 or 4 cannot be equal to 6. Okay, therefore we can say constant 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 4, minus 7, 1 by 4, minus 3 by 6. These are constant, examples of constant. Okay, I hope you have understood, recollected the concept of constant. Now, second term was variable. So, what was variable? From the name again itself, you can see whose value is varying. Okay, whose value is varying, we can say them as variable. Say for example, we normally denote the variable like terms of alphabets. Okay, like say suppose a, b, or x. Okay, or z, or m, and whatever you can write like this. So you can say a. If h, do you know the value of a? You don't know the value of a. One can say a may be equal to 1, or a may be equal to 5, or a may be equal to 6. We don't know the value of a. So we can say a is a variable, b is a variable, x, y, z, m, and these are variables. Again, another one was term. So what is term? Term is a single number. Okay, it can be a single number like constant 1, minus 5, 0. They can be term. Okay, or variable. Variables can be a term also like x, y, z, like this. They can also be term. And combination of number and variables can also be term like 1 into x, 1 into y, 2x, 3y. Okay, they can also be terms, or combination of variables like xy, x by y. Okay, they can also be term, but you have to remember the combination should be in terms of multiplication. Okay, so here you can see x and y has been multiplied. Here you can see x into 1 by y, that is equal to x by y. So the combination must be in the form of multiplication. Okay, so that is your term. Okay, so I have given you a lot of examples of term, and finally we will move to expression. Expression, what is expression? So it is a result of combination of terms, okay, with various operations. So expression is combination of terms, combination of terms. Okay, so see, just before we have discussed what are terms, like we can say 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So we can say 3 is a expression, 3 is a expression, sorry, is an expression, 5 is an expression, 4 plus 5 is also is an expression, x plus 4 is also an expression, x plus y is also an expression, x plus y minus z is also an expression. Okay, so expression is nothing but the result of combination of terms through various operations. The operation will be, what are the operation? Plus, minus, multiplication and division. Okay, so for things just we have discussed: constant, then variable, then term, then your expression. So this was what you learned in class 6. So here we are going to see a new term, that is equation. Okay, so equation, what is an equation? Here equation is will always have an equality sign. Do you know equality sign? This sign. Okay, will always have an equality sign. And what else will it have? It will have two sides. But whenever there is a equality sign, when you write an equality sign, can you write 5 equal to a space? You just can't leave a space here, na? So you can write 5 equal to 5, or you can write 5 plus 6 equal to 7. So there must always be an LHS and RHS. Now what is LHS? LHS means left hand side. Similarly RHS is right hand side. So in an equation there will always be an LHS and always be an RHS, and there must always be an equality sign. Okay. Okay, so these are the basic need of equation. But what is an equation? Equation is a condition of equality. Okay, in short we can say an equation is a condition on a variable. Okay, so it is a condition on a variable, and the condition, what is the condition? The condition is that two expressions should have equal value. For example, here is an example. Okay, so you can see, we can say it an equation. Why? Because it is a condition on a variable. So there is a variable x. Okay, so it is a condition on a variable, and the condition is that two expressions should have equal value. That means x plus 5 is equal to 6x plus 25. Okay, so this is called an equation. Here also our other parts, like it has an LHS, LHS. Here it has a RHS. Here is also an equality sign. Once again, there is an also equality sign. So we can say it a equation. Well, we will have some examples of equation. Then you can get some a better clear idea. Let's write some example. Okay, x plus 5 equal to, say, suppose 10. We can say it a equation. X minus 7 equal to 2x. We can say it an equation. X minus 3 plus 4 x equal to 7, or 2x plus 5 equal to 35, like this. Okay, these are equation. Why? Because you can see there is an LHS. In all the cases there is LHS and RHS. Okay, in all the cases you can see there is a condition on a variable. Here in case x, in all the case we have written x. You can write x, y, z, a, b, c, any variable you can write. Okay, so there is a condition on a variable, and there is a equality sign, and all the two sides, that is LHS and RHS, are equal. So we can say it as equation. Now again, see, can we say this an equation? Say suppose 4 plus 5 equal to 9. Can we say it an equation? We can't say it an equation. Why? Because it has a equality sign. It has LHS and RHS. In here LHS 4 plus 5 equal to 9. LHS equal to RHS also. Value of LHS and value of RHS are same. But one thing is missing here. Who? Yes, variable. So in an equation, a variable is a must. Okay, if there is no variable, then you can't call it a equation. So in order to be an equation, there must be the presence of an variable. So now we have completed our first part. We are going to now discuss first and second part. We are going to discuss the examples. Okay, so we'll discuss some examples. Example 1 we'll discuss. Here in example 1 you can see, write the following statements in the form of equation. So there are some statements, we'll write them in the form of equation. So let's start. We'll start with the first one. Sum of 3 times x and 11 is 32. So sum of 3 times x. 3 times x, what do you mean by 3 times x? 3 into x, or you can say 3x. So 3 times x is 3x. And yes, is that sum of 3 times x and 11. That means 3x has been added to 11. Na? Sum means plus. Addition. Sum of 3 times x and 11, that means 3x plus 11 equal to 32. So this is our equation. Here you can see sum of 3x and 11 equal to 3x plus 11, and the sum is 32. The question is told that sum is 32. Therefore, the equation is 3x plus 11 equal to 32. Another question we will discuss. Which one? This one we will discuss. 1/4 of m is 3 more than 7. So 1/4 of m. 1/4 of m means 1/4 of m equal to what? Is 1/4 m, or you can say 4 by m also you can say. Sorry, it's not 4 by m. M by 4. Yes. M into 1 m divided by 4 na. So you can write 1/4 m or m by 4. So 1/4 of m is 3 more than 7. Okay na. So we can write this equation. Now we will write this one. Here you can see 1/4 of m is greater than 7, which is greater than 7 by 3. That means the difference of m by 4 minus 7 is 3. So that the equation will be m by 4 minus 7 equal to 3. In other words, this is a form. Sorry. We can write it in other way also. Okay. I will write it. I would like to say you it in a simple way. Here, one second. What is that? This one. 1/4 of m. That means m by 4 is 3 more than 7 equal to 3 more than 7. 7 plus 3. Okay. Imply that you can write like this. M by 4 equal to 10. Okay. This is also an equation. Okay. Okay, then there are some other examples. I am not discussing them. Question number 2. Okay, from question number 2 we will discuss some questions. Convert the following equations in statement form. So let's start. We will start with I. X minus 5 equal to 9. So x minus 5 equal to 9, we have to write it in a statement form. So what we have done? We have taken away 5, or we have subtracted 5 from what? X. You can clearly see 5 is subtracted from x to get what? 9. So we can write taking away 5 from x. Taking away 5 from x gives what? Gives 9. Or in other words, you can say it in different way also. If 5 is subtracted from x, what we can write? If 5 is subtracted from x, we will get 9. Okay. If 5 is subtracted from x, we will get 9. You can write it this way also. There are several ways that you can write. Okay. We will write another one. Yes. IV you can say m by 5 minus 2 equal to 6. Okay, here you can say 2 is subtracted, you can see it clearly, 2 has been subtracted. So 2 is subtracted from what? M by 5. M by 5 means 1 by 5th of m. So you can write 2 is subtracted from m by 1 by 5 of m. You can write 2 is subtracted from 1 by 5th of m to get 6. Okay na? So this you can write. In other words, you can see what your book has been written. Book has written you get 6 when you subtract 2 from 1/5 of a number m. Same thing it has been written. Okay. So you can write it in other ways also. Okay. There are some several ways. In that way also you can write this. Okay. We'll go to some other examples. Example 3, example 4. Okay. We'll discuss one more example. Example 4. So, example 4. A shopkeeper sells mangoes in 2 types of boxes. A shopkeeper is selling mangoes in 2 types of boxes. So, there are 2 types of boxes. 2 types of boxes are there. One small and one is large. So, one box is small and one box is large. The large box contains as many as 7 small box. So, there is a large box and there are other small boxes. Okay. The large box contains as many as 8 small boxes. So, in a large box, there are 8 number of small box can be put. Okay. Or can be kept. Plus for for large mangoes. So 8 number of small boxes can be kept in this large box, and additionally 4 number of large mango can also be kept there. Okay, then see what the question is saying. Set up an equation which gives the number of mangoes in each small boxes. Okay, the number of mangoes in the large box given to be 100. So in the large box there are how many number of mangoes are there? 100 numbers of mangoes are there in the large box. Okay, very good. So we will assume here something. Okay, let's in this small box how many numbers of mango will contain? We don't know how many number of mango, so we can assume that this is suppose x or y or z or m. So suppose here we have assumed m number of mangoes are can be contained in a small box. Okay, a small box contains m mangoes. A large box contains far more than 8 times of m. It has been told in the question. So that which will be equal to what? For more than 8 times. So m into 8. 8 into m you can write plus 4. For more is saying so plus 4. Okay. But it is given up. Look here, see. The number of mangoes in large box is given to be 100. Okay. So but it is given that the number is 100. Therefore 8m plus 4 is equal to 100. So this is our equation. Okay. 1 second. So now we will move to exercise 4.1. Okay, delete it. So let's start exercise 4.1. So in the exercise 4.1 you can see complete the last column of the table. Here equation is there, value is there. Say whether the equation is satisfied or not. Okay, let's see. Yes or no you have to write. In the first part x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, and it is saying that x equal to 3. Okay, so let's put the value of x equal to 3 here. Given is that x plus 3 equal to 0 implies now x equal to 3. Let's put the value of x here as 3. Now 3 plus 3 is equal to, should be 0, but you can see 3 plus 3 6, which is not equal to 0. It is not equal to 0. Equal to 0 नहीं हो रहा है. Therefore the equation is satisfying or not? The equation is not satisfying. So you can write no. Now we will move to another question. Let's move to IV. X minus 7 equal to 1. Okay. So equation is x minus 7 equal to 1. We'll write it here. X minus 7 equal to 1. So it is given that x equal to 7. So let x equal to 7 implies, in place of x we will write 7. So 7 minus 7 should be equal to 1. Should be equal to 1 implies 7 minus 7 equal to 0 should be equal to 1. But is 0 equal to 1? 0 is not equal to 1. So here you can see LHS and RHS are not equal. Therefore, a value of x cannot be equal to 7. So value of x cannot be equal to 7. So it is also not satisfying. Or no, you can say. Okay, we will go to another one. So suppose we will move to IX. Here you can see m by 3 equal to 2. So this is the equation, and here given is that m equal to minus 6. So we will put the value of m as minus 6. Let's see by putting the value. Okay. Now we will write the equation here. M by 3 equal to 2. Now here m equal to minus 6 implies we'll put the value of m as minus 6. Okay, so minus 6 divided by 3 equal to what? Minus 6 by 3 equal to minus 2, which is not equal to 2. Is minus 2 is equal to 2? Minus 2 is not equal to 2. Hence, this equation is also not satisfying. So again you can write no. Okay, we will move to one equation which should satisfy. Okay, we'll delete all these things. Yes. Okay, we'll move to the last one now. Here m by 3 equal to 2 and m equal to 6. Let's see. M by 3 equal to 2, m is equal to 6. So now we'll put the value of m equal to 6 in the first equation. So now 6 by 3 is equal to 6 by 3, you can cancel it out, equal to 2, which is equal to RHS. So 6 is here, 2 is equal to RHS 2, which is equals to RHS. Therefore, this equation satisfies. So you can write here yes. Okay. Now we'll move to the second, third, or 5. Okay, small questions are there. Okay. Now we'll discuss about question number 2. Check whether the value given in the brackets is a solution to the given equation or not. So same thing. So what was there in question number 1 is same is there in question number 2 also. So we'll discuss one question here. So suppose A will discuss 3 plus 5 equal to 19. Okay. Sorry, n plus 5 equal to 19. N plus 5 equal to 19. Bracket, it is given that n equal to 1. So you can write therefore you can therefore 1 plus 5. Now we have put the value of n as 1. 1 plus 5 equal to 5 plus 1 what? 6. Now this 6 is not equal to 19. Okay, you can write here 6 is not equal to 19. Okay, so the question is saying check whether the value given in the bracket is solution to the given equation or not. So you can write this is n equal to 1 is not the solution. So you can write n equal to 1 is not the solution to the equation. Okay, now we will move to another question. Say suppose this one, for p minus 3 equal to 13, p equal to 0. Okay, I'll do it in a spot. For p minus 3, so for p means 4 into p, so you can put the value of p as 0. 4 into 0 minus 3 is equal to 4 into 0 is what? 0. Now minus 3 equal to minus 3. So is minus 3 is equal to RHS 13? No. So here you can see minus 3 is not equal to 13. Hence p equal to 0 is not the solution of the equation. Okay, now we will move to another question. Baki rest of the question you please try at home. Now question number 3, solve the following equation by trial and error method. Okay, so we'll start we'll do this one double I. Okay, so here you write the question 3m minus 14 equal to 4. So trial and error means we will assume that m equal to 1 or m equal to 2 or m equal to 3. Okay, and they put the value of m in the equation and we will check whether whether the value of m that we have assumed is satisfying the equation or not. Okay, so let's assume let m equal to 1. Okay, so now 3 into 1 minus 14 equals to what? 3 into 1 3 minus 14 equal to minus 11. You can write which is not equal to RHS or here RHS is 4. So it is not the solution. Again we will see. Let m equal to 2 you can take, 3 you can take. Okay, so let's take 2. Let m equal to 2. Now 3 into 2, 3 into m is there, 3 into 2 minus 14 equals to 3 into 2 is 6 minus 14 equal to what? Minus 8. So this is also not equal to RHS, you can say, which is not equal to RHS. Okay, then again you will assume that let m equal to 3, m equal to 4, m equal to 5, m equal to 6. Okay, then again you will write let m equal to 6, m equal to 2 have assumed, then you will assume m equal to 3, then equal to 4, then equal to 5, then finally you will come to m equal to 6. Okay, I am not writing m equal to 3, 4, 5. Okay, you do it in your rough copy, math copy. So let m equal to 6. So 3 into 6 minus 14 is equal to 3 into 6 is 18 minus 14 which is equal to 4. Here you can write which is equal to RHS. Therefore what we have taken? M equal to 6. Therefore, M equal to 6 is the solution for this equation. Okay. Okay, we have solved question number 3 also. Now we will move to question number 4. 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4. So what question number 4 is saying? Write equation for the following statements. So there are a lot of statements are there. We will write some equation for this statements. Let's start. Okay, we'll start with I. Sum of the number x and 4 is 9. So here you can see sum of the number x and 4. So x plus 4 is equal to 9. Okay, very simple. Now you will move to another question. V double I will move. 1/4 of a number x minus 4 gives 4. 1/4 of a number x, that means 1/4 of a number x by 4. Okay, minus 4, that means minus 4 gives 4 equal to 4. Okay, so this is your equation. We will do another one. Ix, if you add 3 to 1/3 of z, you get 30. So if you add 3 to 1/3 of z, you get 30. So 1/3 of z, that means z divided by 3. Okay, z by 3, 1/3 of z. If you add 3, that means plus 3, z x by 3 plus 3. Sorry, it's not x. If you, which one? If you add 3 to 1/3 of z, that means if you add 3 to 1/3 of z, not x. So z divided by 3, 1/3 of z हो गया. And now if you add 3 plus 3, you will get 30. Will be equal to 30. Okay. Now rest of the question you please try yourself by yourself. Now we'll move to question number 5. Write the following equation in statement form. Okay, there are a lot of equation here. We have to write them in the statement form. So first one, p plus 4 equal to 15. P plus 4 equal to 15. That means what has been done here? P has been added to 4, or you can write p is added to 4 to get 15. Okay, p is added to 4 to get 15. Similarly, m minus 7 equal to 3. 7 is subtracted from m to get 3. Similarly, this one we will try. M by 5 equal to 3. So you can write 1/5 of m is equal to, or 1/5 of m is same as 3. Okay, 1/5 of m is same as 3. Similarly, 3m by 5 equal to 6. What you can say about this? You can write 3 times m divided by 5 to get 6. Here 3m means 3 times m. 3 times m is divided by 5 to get 6. Similarly, 3p plus 4 equal to 25. Similar thing is here. 3 times p is added to 4 to give 25. Okay, we'll do it now here. P by 2 plus 2 equal to 8. 1 by 2 times you can write, or 1 by 2 times p is added to 2 to get 8. Okay, question number 5 is done. Now we will move to the last question, question number 6. Okay. Set up an equation in the following cases. So there are some cases are given. We have to set up some equations. Irfan says that he has 7 marbles, more than 5 times the marble Parmit has. Okay, Irfan has 37 marbles. So again we'll read. Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marbles Parmit has. Irfan has 37 marbles. So we have to assume that we don't know the how many numbers of marbles Parmit has. So we can write that let Parmit has of x number of, you have in your book it is given that m. But in your exam it will not, this hint will not be given. So here it is given, a hint is given that let take m to be the number of Parmit's marble. So let m be the number of Parmit's marble. So Irfan says that he has 7 more marbles than 5 times Parmit's, 5 times the marbles Parmit has. So Parmit has m marbles. Okay, 5 times, that means m into 5. Irfan says he has 7 marbles more, that means plus 7. 7 more will be equal to what? 37 marble. So this is your equation. M into 5 plus 7 equal to 37. So now we will move to another one, IV. If an isosceles triangle, first we will draw an isosceles triangle. Okay. In an isosceles triangle, the vertex angle is twice the base angle. Twice either base angle. Okay. That means this is the, these two are the vertex angle. Base angle, and this is the vertex angle. Now, okay, we have to set up an equation. So here we will assume that the base, one of the base angle be x or a, b or c, whatever you can see. You can assume here in the question the hint is given that let the base angle be b in degree. Okay, we will take it as b. So let the angle be b. So the one of the base angle is b, another base angle must be b, because why? Because this is an isosceles triangle. Okay, two sides are equal. Now in an isosceles, again read the question. In an isosceles triangle, the vertex angle is twice the either base angle. So the vertex angle is 2 times of b. That means this angle is equal to 2 into b or 2b. So what type of equation we can set here? We know the sum of all the 3 angles of any triangle is 180 degree. So that you can write 2b plus b plus this angle b, 2, here 1b, b and here 2b will be equal to 180 degree. Further you can simplify this equation like 2b plus b plus b, that means 4b. So 4b is equal to 180 degree. So this is your equation. Similarly, you try question number II and III by yourself. If you face any problem, please comment me or message me in the group. Okay, thank you for now. In the next exercise, we will discuss about exercise 4.2, and the task given to you is exercise. You try to exercise 4.1. Exercise 4.1 at your home. 4.1. Sorry, 4.1 at your